Hi everyone, welcome back to the See the Stories, our signature segment of the 3-hour news show. Now, everyone must have drank tea, right?
Oh yeah.
Especially in Indonesia, we drink tea in every occasion.
Hot tea with tolak angin.
Hot tea with tolak angin.
Yes.
There's a bottle tea, there's a green tea, including the bubble teas, black tea, any kind of jasmine tea.
In Indonesia, we have lots of brands of, processed and also packed tea.
Even we have a
Teh
theme.
kotak, teh botol.
Yeah. Whatever the food, the drink must be the tea.
Teh botol.
Exactly. Don't mention the brand, please.
Oh, I'm sorry for that. But some people may think that tea is not fermented, but actually, there are some tea that go through fermentation process. Let's check them out here.
First up is black tea, which is obtained through a fermentation process. The process doesn't use microbes as a source of enzyme, but it uses phenolase or enzyme instead. This process creates dark color in black tea as well as a stronger aroma compared to other teas.
Next up is kombucha tea, which is a traditional beverage from a fermentation of tea, sugar, water, and starter microbial. This process takes 8 to 12 days for the tea to be served. And due to this fermentation process, this tea consists of vitamin B and C, acetic acid, and essential amino acids. That looks weird somehow to me.
Yeah.
When I look, like a jar of what you call it?
Vinegar?
No, the mother of...
Oh, the mother.
The mother of kombucha.
The mother of kombucha.
Lots of things that we don't know about kombucha. And maybe some of you are still unfamiliar with kombucha tea. So now, this is the time. We have kombucha tea brewer Anita Hartono in the studio.
Welcome.
Anita, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
It's our pleasure
now,
and honor.
first of all, Anita, it's been a mix-up even between me and Alia. We've been talking about this and still don't know the
answer. You said the mother of kombucha. Who's the dad of kombucha?
Who's the dad of kombucha? But can you tell us about kombucha tea? What is kombucha tea? Because we heard that kombucha tea is also fermented with, what you call it, microbial Scoby.
Microbial
I don't know, something.
Scoby.
Okay, explain it to us.
Explain, yeah. What is it?
Okay, kombucha is actually a fermented tea made from starter tea, which is the kombucha itself, and the Scoby, which stands for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast.
Oh, so Scoby is an abbreviation.
Yes.
Oh.
But Indonesians like to call it jamur.
Jamur.
You know why?
Why?
So people don't ask it further.
Okay, that's it.
Jamur.
Just to get it quick. Just to get it quick.
Like a fungi kind of thing.
Yeah, fungi.
Yes, but it's actually not jamur at all. It's a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast that form in the top of the fermented tea within 7 to 14 days.
Yeah, so to get you into context, Indonesian prefer to call it jamur or fungi just to get it quick because
it's like
they don't want any questions.
Yeah. Yes, because it's like the people in Indonesia actually make kombucha at home, but they don't know the name is kombucha, and they don't know the name of the follicles is called Scoby. Yeah.
Okay, so since you are making this at home, right? You are homegrown kombucha. How is it produced at home? I mean, is it simple? People say, oh, I don't want to do it because you have to make it into a very certain condition required at home. And many people also fail to do it because they could not keep up with the hygiene, with the...
Were they?
Yes.
Yes, because it's not that easy when you think about it. There are some kind of processes that you have to make sure it happens and condition as well.
Well, actually, what I can say is the process takes time from 7 to 14 days. And then as long as you have a clean environment and not like, how should I say, not polluted, because the main rules of kombucha is the hygiene. Whenever it's not clean enough, there will be a mold in the kombucha, and you have to discard everything once it's got mold. Yeah, but actually very easy because all the ingredients are surrounded by surrounding us, and then it's just a tea, it's just a water, and it's just a sugar.
Okay.
So tea, water, and sugar.
It's the main ingredients of the.
Where did you get the first Scoby of yours?
I got it from my friend who made kombucha for 20 years.
20 years?
Yes, yes. And she making it at home too for her own family.
Is there any specific reason that you started making kombucha?
Oh yeah, actually I have a very bad digestive issues before. It's hard for me to have a bowel movement regularly. Normally, last time
Constipation
it happens,
all the time.
Constipation for 4 to 5 days. I only get it once. And it's so, I feel so suffering, and then I tears on my eyes every time I go to the toilet.
And now it's solved?
No, it's
because of
solved.
kombucha?
Yes, after I drink it regularly for 2 weeks, it's getting like just effortlessly.
Effortlessly.
Once, 2 days, 2 times a day.
Okay, before we,
And it's
we talk about the benefits
Yeah.
of kombucha itself, so you were mentioning about Scoby, and it's sort of like you are nurturing the Scoby. You have to nurture the Scoby, but does Scoby have any lifespan or expiry date?
Yeah.
Well, for me personally, I still keep my Scoby for 1 year. And then it's still okay. It's like still strong, still firm, you know. It just depends on how you treat them. And whenever they start to get weak and start to not productive anymore, you can just put them on the, what do you call it?
The
The
soil.
garden, the soil, to help your soils becomes better for the,
Fertilizer.
yes, for fertilizer.
But what can cause that kind of condition, like being weakened and also probably what you call it, a dead Scoby? Can we call it that?
Yeah, well, for the Scoby, I only toss the Scoby or discard the Scoby whenever it gets mold.
Oh, mold.
Yes, the mold, the contaminations because of the.
So that would be the main reason.
That will be the main. I think that will be the only reason why I'm gonna discard my Scoby. I'm gonna just put it in the soil. Other than that, I will just put on my mask. I mean, on my face as a face mask.
Oh, you can do it?
can?
Yes, it helps to reduce inflammations because Scoby has a lot of vitamin B.
Like pimples
Yes,
or maybe a little cut, you can do that?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's
That's a
even
lot
in
of-
the research of medical journals. Yeah, it's a lot of medical journals that talk about that.
That's really, really
That's
interesting.
amazing, right?
Yeah, and there's you posted on Instagram, suddenly it's got 6.5 million viewers. So can you tell us what were you posting on that post?
Well, actually, I also don't have any idea why it became so viral at that time. I think because I document the process of cleaning my Scoby because I bath them and
You bath
I
them.
nourish them. I take care of them like my own child.
There's an activity of bathing the Scoby out.
Yeah.
It's like a ritual.
You lost, you lost me even further.
Do you have to pray for them too?
Well, I pray because it brings health for me. It brings happiness for me. It's like nothing I can feel like this before, like 1.5 years ago when I'm suffering for that digestive issues. Like it helps me to to give me a better health. Why don't I pray for it? Because
So it's not only about making a a healthy drink or so-called probiotic drinks, but it also has a certain relationship with you and the Scoby.
yes, and it's actually helped with my mental health as well.
Today is the mental health day, by the way.
Oh
So-
yeah.
So it's very, very related. But I just want to know about this kombucha tea because it's a fermented. Many people think, it's made of tea that's then added a lot of sugar in it,
Oh, yeah,
and it's fermented. Does it have alcohol in it? Can you explain so that we have, a clearer understanding?
Okay, basically the sugar that we use to ferment in the kombucha is actually the food for the Scoby to do their job. It's not for us. When we use 100 grams of sugar in 1 liter of tea, it's not like we drink that 100 grams of sugar into
so
our
that's
body.
for the food for the
sugar
Scoby.
is being consumed by the Scoby.
Yes,
Okay.
for them to produce and to ferment, to do the fermentation process, to change it into acetic acid, to probiotics. They need a food to work and to do the fermentation.
So can you drink it every day?
I drink it every day.
Like,
Oh, you drink it every day?
Yeah,
how
I
many
drink it
times a
every
day?
day.
How many times
I
a day?
drink it like 2 times a day. Every time I drink, it's only 100 milliliters.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's okay. It's just fine.
Does it have alcohol in it though? Because it's a fermented
Because
tea?
every time you drink kombucha, you got this certain feeling of, I don't know, the taste of yeasty or gassy, something like that,
Yes.
alcoholic-y.
You haven't tried my kombucha then.
Oh, I want to. I love everything free, by the way.
yeah.
Free?
Well,
You're cheap. No,
there's,
don't say that.
there's of course like alcohol contained in the kombucha because it's a fermentation process.
Yeah.
But the level of the alcohols is not more than tape. Tape has much more alcohol than kombucha, and then the kombucha is not made for people to get drunk. It's mate for health benefits.
So tape is basically a fermented
Rice.
cassava or
Cassava.
That's right. So this is for all ages? Is it safe for kids, for example?
For kids, there has to be certain what you call it, not too much, not too much for the kids.
Portion.
There's certain portion, yeah, certain portion for the kids, depends on the age. And then for me, as long as the kids can consume honey already, then he can consume a little bit of kombucha whenever he has digestive issues, like hard to get bowel movements or just to make them feel happy with their tummy.
So perhaps above 1 age, 1 year of age.
And then it's only like maybe 1 teaspoon. Start with 1 teaspoon
One
first.
teaspoon.
Yes.
But Anita, in the market these days, we see like lots of kombuchas being flavored lychee, lemon, I don't know, kiwi, apple. But can kombucha tea be combined with other ingredients?
Yeah, of course. It can combine with herbs as well, like mint, ginger,
rosemary,
cinnamon, rosemary, thyme, if you like it.
Do you put those ingredients in the jar or?
In the different, okay. After that we call them as secondary fermentations. If you want to put more flavors into it. So the first time when you make it in the jar, you have to take it out first. We call them harvesting. We harvest the first fermentation.
Okay.
Don't get confused.
Okay.
Now it's for harvesting.
I'm trying to understand.
She's a farmer of kombucha.
Yeah. A farmer.
So after we harvesting the first fermentation, we put in the bottle, in a glass bottle, and then we're gonna put the herbs, whatever you wanna put inside, and then we go for second fermentation for 3 to 4 days with the closed cap.
Okay, that's very interesting. I mean, okay, you want to get healthy, and many people think just drink kombucha, but drinking kombucha itself, is that enough? Is that going to make yourself like healthier than ever? For example, you don't have any problem with constipation, but does it help with your digestive systems, for example, or other things that might happen in your bowel or tummy?
Yeah, actually, the kombucha is a probiotic, right? They need prebiotic to be there full in our
Okay,
body.
so prebiotic needs probiotic.
No,
Probiotic.
Probiotic needs prebiotic.
Yes, so we have to have a balanced diet as well. Like we have to have more fibers when we drink kombucha, so the kombucha can work more effectively.
So what is the food again for probiotics?
Fiber.
Fiber.
Okay.
Fruits,
Fruits,
vegetables,
vegetables.
protein. Yeah, it's all like
Basically all
good
the
for our
healthy food.
Yeah.
Okay, so mind you, kombucha is not your talisman or not magic drink that can actually brought you to a healthier self, but also you have to balance it out with your diet. Actually.
Yes.
And does it have to be in a glass jar or in a glass container?
It's true. Yeah, it
Why?
has to be in
Why?
a glass container for the first fermentations.
Because we've been hearing about glass jar, glass container, glass jar, glass container.
Okay, for me, is the safest way is the glass jar.
Why?
Because the fermentations process takes about 7 to 14 days. Can you imagine if we use plastic and it has an acidic
Or metal, for
or
example.
metal, yeah, and we don't know what's the materials, yes, from the
It can be contaminated.
yes. That's the main reason. I mean, it's just to be safe. We just use a glass jar.
Okay, so we talked enough about kombucha
getting
from the
interesting.
expert. Yeah, and you also mentioned earlier that this kombucha is made from people make it at home.
Yeah.
But here in Indonesia, I don't make it at home. Maybe some friends did not
I
make it at home.
don't.
You don't make it at
I
home, so
don't.
maybe you should start. What about trying to make it in the studio first?
Oh, we can?
Yeah, we can. So after the break,
Wow.
we will make kombucha tea right here in the See Today studio. Don't go anywhere.
Yay!